Hi guys, I am Trilokesh. In this session, we are going to talk about Python, the programming language. First of all, what is a language? Language is nothing but the normal way we communicate, like with friends, with family, like Telugu, English. These are the languages, right? But we cannot talk to the computer in the same way. Like it won't understand our language. Computers, computers are digital devices. If you study like digital electronics, you will be knowing that digital devices work uh, by like on or off, like binary actually. If zero means off, one means on. They actually know only this zero and one, and the zero one and one are sent to the digital device, which makes capacitors and something in that and gives us output. These zero and one should be in a particular order to get a particular output. So we cannot write a binary code and every time, and we cannot uh, make a program with binary code right every time. So we had a programming language. What this programming language does is, after many inventions, our researchers and scientists invented this programming language. There is a separate program which converts this programming language into the binary language, which computer can understand, and it will compile the code. And programming language is nothing but if computer has an incredible speed. It can do many mathematical calculations with an incredible speed which we can't do. It can do how many times without any laziness, showing any laziness. Unlike us, we can't do a repetitive thing, right? So we have to like tell the computer to what to do, and it just does. It's more very similar to English. As you can see, this is a statement written in English. If there is an apple in the basket, then write the number of baskets. Number of apples in the basket. The same statement in the programming language Python. So there is a basket, and in which mango, apple, and banana are saved. And there is if apple in basket, then print the number of like then count the number of apples in the basket and just print it on the screen. Simple, right? uh, Based on the closeness of programming language to binary language, like how close is the programming language close to binary language. This Programming languages are classified into two types. One is low level language, which is very close to binary language. So since it is very close to binary, we cannot read. And since it is very close to binary, we don't need a separate program, or the conversion also takes little time. So this low level programming language works fast. The programs made with low level programming language works fast. Whereas the high level programming language is closer to how we communicate. That is English. So it is easier to program. So since we know English very well, and we can understand the commands and syntaxes easily, so we can like write it in English in the programming language easily. But it is slow, since it is like conversion takes time, and we need a separate program that is called compiler or interpreter, the special program which converts the programming language into machine learning language. But as the modern computers are powerful, then the time difference is just milliseconds, which doesn't make a difference for us, but it does make a difference at industry level, or like at NASA, that kind of uh, operations. So there they use low level programming language, but we will generally use high level programming language. And yeah, as we talked about the special program which compiles or which translates the programming language to the computer to its own language, which is binary. Like there are two types based on the way they convert. There are like compilers and interpreters. Compilers are actually convert the whole program in one code. Like they take the code, the whole code, then compile it to programming language, like binary language, and then display all the errors after compiling, all at the same time. And the interpreters convert the programs line by line. Like they convert the first line into program the binary language, and then they'll tell errors in it. And then they go to next line, they convert into program binary language, and then they tell the errors. They display the error of each line one by one. Let's take a simple analogy. There is a school student who want to give a speech, so he made a speech and he want to know whether there are any grammar mistakes in it or not. He checked it, but he want to make confirmation from his friends. So he went to his friends, compiler and interpreter. He gave the code to compiler. The code is actually his speech. So compiler took his speech, it read all the speech, and then it will tell the errors in the grammar errors or spelling mistakes in the speech. And then he went to his interpreter friend, and then he gave his speech. Then interpreter friend read the first line, then it checks for any grammar mistakes or spelling mistakes, and it will tell it to him. And then it goes to next line, it will read, the interpreter friend will read the next line, and then he'll find the errors in it, and it will explain the errors and grammar mistakes to our person. So like I guess you understood. Yeah. Python is invented by Guido van Rossum. Excuse me if I spell it wrong. It was invented in 1980s, and it was named as Python because Guido van Rossum was a huge fan of Monty's Python's Flying Circus, which is a famous TV show, like web series for us now. Like you guys might have heard of Friends. It's like that series, and it is open source from the beginning itself. You can change the code, you can modify the Python if you wish. Like open source means it's free, and you can even change, and you can even publish the change after changing it. Then there are many languages, right? There is C language, C++ language, and Java language. There are actually many more. Then why you should learn Python? Yeah, there are many reasons for it. Like syntax is very simple. Like it will be like English itself, and it is speed compared to other high level languages, and it's a high level languages. That's why its syntax is easy, and it has a huge community. Like if you got any doubt or any error you cannot solve while coding, like if you got any error in the like while running it, someone might have already faced that issue and solved it, so they'll be helping you. And you can ask it in Stack Overflow, such kind of websites, and you will get the answers. And it is a cross platform. Cross platform means like it will be running in Windows, Linux, the same code. It will be running in Linux, Windows, Mac OS, and many more. And it is open source as we said, and it has a large ecosystem. Like large ecosystem means there are many programs which are written in Python, which like if you want to make a program that might already be written or done by someone else. So it has many programs. Actually, many people are working. So there are many modules, many packages. We'll be discussing about them in the later sessions. And Python can handle a very large amount of data since it has modules like NumPy and Pandas. These modules can handle data very easily, large amount of data very easily. And see here you can see the difference between the Python program and a simple C program. Both the program does the same thing, but whereas in Python it's just 3 lines and you can even understand the code. Whereas in C, as you can see, there are 7 lines, and some lines make no sense at all. Like int year equal to 2000, it's integer. We know that. Like we need not to specify that we are saving an integer. Python automatically takes 2007 as an integer. Python is very simple. I guess you feel it now. And Python can be used by many people and in many regions, like many areas. Like in data analysis, if you want to analyze the data to make some conclusions, we can use Python. We can also use it to make mobile applications. We can also use it for making desktop apps. We can use it for testing. We can use it also for hacking. We can also make web applications. We can use it for automation, which most of people do with Python. And we can also learn AML and we can do projects of AML. AML is artificial intelligence, machine learning. We can do those things with Python. And like you need not to be a developer, software developer or programmer to do these things like automation, web applications. You can learn them. Like there are models called Django, Flask, which uh, will help you to make a website. And automation, like automation, you can like Selenium is a module in Python which actually automates the web browser. Like you say a thing to do it once, like open YouTube and open this page in YouTube and like that video from and then it will do it as many times. And here are the some results from Stack Overflow. Like these results are based on like Python came first as the most loved, dreaded, and wanted languages. So you know how famous is Python now. And Python is the fastest growing language among Python, JavaScript, Java, C hash, PHP, and C++. You can see the growth of Python from 2012 to 2018. Like it is growing rapidly. And these are the leading tech companies that are biggest users of Python. You know Google, which is like we can't live without it for at least one day. Instagram, most of the people like nowadays are staying in Instagram itself. Spotify is even like Facebook. Like before Instagram, Facebook used to be very popular. Netflix, nowadays everyone is like almost everyone is watching Netflix web series, movies like that. Quora, yeah, I like Quora, where we can find many answers to our questions. Dropbox, yeah, Dropbox, where we can, which is similar to Google Drive actually. Reddit, yeah, I don't use it, but it's famous. I know it. Amazon, yeah, you guys know it. Uber, yeah, Uber is even famous, right? So if these companies are using Python, like then Python is like something which is excellent. Like if we learn Python, we can also do some crazy things. We can even build these things like this. Instagram is built on Django's Python, which is Python's web framework. So let's get started with Python then. So if you want to install Python, you can just go to this link, python.org/downloads, and you can download the latest version or any version you wish. Just install, and at the installation, just check or tick mark the add it to path. There will be like a statement add it to path and a box beside it. Just check it, because it will automatically add Python into path. Path means it will add the location of Python where it is installed into the system variable, so we can access it directly. We are introducing the Python to computer, so that whenever you type Python, it will just go to that location and runs the Python. The don't worry, like we will be doing everything in Colab, which has a pre-installed Python in it. So we don't need to install, like Google Colab is fine. Like we can learn the basics of Python in Google Colab. This is the end of this session. Thanks for listening and have a great day.